Welcome to our first official day of Washington College's week-long service and celebration Convocation. Today we officially present an award that was announced in the fall, the Cromwell Award for Innovation in Teaching. Professor Alicia Knight is this year's recipient, and a deserving one indeed. On faculty rightfully known for its ingenuity and dedication, Dr. Knight stands out as a scholar and educator, continually refining her pedagogy, employing digital editing and publishing tools, instilling in students a passion for literature, and addressing the ways that our curriculum and programs could better reflect the principles of diversity and equity. I will now turn things over to Interim Provost and Dean, Dr. Michael Harvey, to read the citation for the award and offer other remarks.
For many years, Alicia Knight was my neighbor in Daly Hall. I'd walk by her office, tucked into our ground floor side hall, a quiet refuge that seemed, even just walking by, to have this amazing, calming energy. Fairly often, I'd poke my head in her office, even if the door was only slightly open, and talk with Alicia about all kinds of stuff. Maybe sometimes I'd remember to ask her if she had time to spare. Sorry for the times you didn't have time, but we're too polite to say so, Alicia. As I recall, typically I'd say a whole bunch of stuff that seemed important to me with lots of opinions. And Alicia would listen, and then she'd say something really smart that made me see things from a whole different perspective. On a value divided by number of words spoken ratio, I'd say that what Alicia said was about 1,000 times more valuable than all the words I poured out. But she made me feel very listened to, and I always left her office feeling wiser. That's my own Alicia story. An amazing teacher, one of the most challenging yet polite interlocutors I've ever engaged with, listening generously, delivering bolts of insight. And as a constant theme, reminding me of the human reality and experience of the students we teachers spend so much time on. So today it is a pleasure to present my friend, Dr. Alicia Knight, with the second Cromwell Award for Innovation in Teaching. Alicia joined the faculty of Washington College in 2004, the same year she completed her PhD at Drew University. A specialist in African American literature, she came to Washington College because she recognized a gap in the college's curriculum. And she set about expanding the offerings of the English department by developing a 2-semester introductory sequence in African American literature and upper-level seminars on the African American novel, the Harlem Renaissance, and Toni Morrison. A thoughtful and dedicated teacher, respected by colleagues and students alike, Alicia designs her courses according to her mantra, borrowed from historian Earl Lewis, that, quote, intellectual work is the foundation of social change, unquote. Alicia's entire teaching career has been one of innovation and exploration. This award in particular recognizes 2 recent projects that highlight Alicia's insightful, exacting, and socially conscious approach to her teaching. For the second half of her survey course on African American literature, Alicia recognized perennial issues due to students' uneven familiarity with African American literature and the challenge of inducing anxious students to engage in classroom conversations about race. She decided to help students by adopting an interdisciplinary approach, connecting African American literature to 3 musical genres that originated in Black communities: the blues, jazz, and rap. By weaving and reading music into literature, Alicia's students find new paths to critical textual analysis and understanding. In another course, Black Men and Women, Images of Race and Gender in American Literature and Culture, students learn how racialized stereotypes have influenced American literature and culture. With Alicia's guidance, students developed independent projects to analyze how racial and gender stereotypes continue to shape and mar contemporary discourse and understanding. Committed to the principle that intellectual work is at the heart of social change, Alicia doesn't limit herself to the classroom. She finds opportunities for students to present their learning to a wider community. Last spring, even the pandemic couldn't stop her. A planned gallery walk turned into a digital magazine showcasing student work. Like so many great innovators, Alicia expertly weaves new and old together. She has boldly entered the world of digital humanities, using digital tools for editing, exploring, and publishing literary and cultural criticism. Her digital project, Putting Them on the Map, flows out of her outgoing scholarship on the African American book trade at the beginning of the 20th century. At the same time, she uses some of the oldest techniques of the liberal arts, critical thinking through reflection, the persistent asking of questions, and the power of the written word to stimulate, clarify, and sharpen thinking. Dr. Alicia Knight helps students grow in ways they never imagined they could. She helps them understand that old stories and texts, granted new life by fresh eyes and new voices, can help weave us together. And she helps students understand that the exploration of the past through literature helps us better understand our world today and gives those who read, with the help, if we're lucky, of a great teacher, the imagination and the confidence to build a better future. It is my pleasure to present the second Cromwell Award for Innovation in Teaching to Dr. Alicia Knight.
Thank you, Michael. Congratulations, Alicia. We're fortunate to have you both at Washington College. For everyone watching, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we present the Joseph L. Holt Distinguished Service Awards.